Well, bammo, the live control room where we have the AC. Welcome. Whoop, whoop. Is that the right? That's not even the right direction. Come on, man. You're better than that. You are better than that. Woo! Where we have the AC going and we wonder why the heck is he wearing sunglasses in the middle of the day? Well, because it's bright outside. That's one of the reasons. Anyways, apparently you're supposed to be able to do live streaming immediately, but it doesn't let me do it. And now I'm live. What's up, Yankee joined in? What? Yankee? What? Okay, I can't do this every day, but I did say I'm going to try my best. So we're going to do our best on the days we are here. So let's, what is that cable even for, right? I mean, what do we even have these cables here for? Oh, that's the light. Well, let's put that one there. What is this? Oh, that's the sign. Go figure. We can move this one a little bit. There we go. There, almost. Is the sign backwards? Can anybody tell me, is the sign okay? Is it backwards? Oh man, the setup. This is why I go live immediately, because the sooner I'm with you guys, the better. I don't want to wait. Anymore. So, let me know if it's backwards. Okay. Oh, I can flip the sign around. I just don't know if it's backwards or not. Okay, I still do not have my good microphone set up. See, it's like completely unplugged, but it's okay. We're bearing with us together. I need to set up my stars. So, whoa! I have these stars, and these represent all of the clients and the world of which you were a part of Digital Gold. I doubt any of those clients are still watching, but hey, I don't know. Maybe. Some of them are still watching, but most of them are not. Robert's here, so that's all that matters. Nefarious, I think he was. I don't know. Anyways, you guys are great. Thank you. I was going to discuss about a career a little bit, and but this discussion only works if you guys comment. So if you're not in the chat live, then you're going to have to comment. And the best part about this is I'm not really on any other social media platforms, so that's pretty much where you need to be, and I'll actually respond to your comments. Now, I'm not going to always be the nicest guy because, you know, it's YouTube and people are rude. Let's face it, they're just rude. So I might be a little bit rude, but that has no bearing on who you are as a person. I'm just being blunt. So I would be that much to your face if I knew you. But, you know, people are just, I don't know, should we show this part of the world or this part of the world? Let's show that part of the world, because I've never been there, and I would love to go. So, apparently, I did a live story, the other day, and then it's, like, gone, so, like, I have no idea if it helped. But let's put our hands together right after we put a thumbs up on the video. Right after we do that, let's put our hands together, everybody, except if you're driving and listening, not watching. Why are we putting our hands together? I have lost 100 subscribers in the last 30 days. Yes! Let them drop. Get out of town, guys. I didn't want you in here anyway. So if you don't want to listen to me, unsubscribe right now. How many people talk about that? They're always usually pushing the subs up. I'm pushing them down. I would rather have the accurate number of subscribers, and 20,000 is not it. It used to be 21, but I lost 100, so there we go. Official number is 126 subscribers lost in the last 30 days. Clearly, they've got better things to do in life, so thank you. Thank you for unsubscribing. The sign is not backwards. That's good to know. That's good to know, because it's right forward for me. But you know I am backwards. Isn't that weird to think about? I'm on the left side of the screen, right? But when you're looking at it, it's on the right side. But technically, I'm on the left. I think that's how it goes. Anyways, everything's in reverse. I'm almost positive everything's in reverse. Okay, so careers, guys, careers. I honestly don't even think I knew what the word career was until like the last few years. Let's be honest. Like, I wasn't raised to go find a career. I wasn't raised to go make a lot of money. I wasn't raised to get established or, you know, any of that. Granted, part of that was because I was a rebel, so honestly I just did whatever, and I did not like the rules, and I decided to figure out where the line was and then go as close to the line as possible, and then debate whether the consequences were worth more than going over the line. And it was totally worth more going over the line, like every time. Like, what was I gonna get? Like a spanking? I was like, or like detention, or like expelled from school. Is expelled? Yeah, not kicked out. Like, or suspended from school. Like, I was like, yo, that's totally worth it. Wait, you're gonna tell me if I'm bad, then I don't have to go to school? This is great. This is great. Like, I don't want school. I hate school. Why would I go to school? And I have a way to get out. So, whoop. Anyways, it's not all that clear. But what career am I thinking? Yes, thank you for starting the discussion. That is from Ricky Foster. He's starting the discussion today. Can I make this any bigger? It's like as small as all get out. No, I have not converted my machine over. I need to convert my machine over, but now I can at least see the chat, which is perfect. Thank you, 8 people, for watching, and the amount of likes is, of course, probably not matching the people watching, but that's okay. I am going to shorten these videos down a much smaller so you can like watch replays for all those people who are like, oh man, he's going to go again for another hour. I probably won't make it an hour today, considering I'm starting later. But hey, anyways, guys, I have not a career, maybe. I have a job. Okay, I can do this. I have a job that could lead to a career. There we go. My name is Jared, and I run stationary and seasonal. Department number 67 and 3. So if any of you happen to be in the Kansas area and would like to come talk to me about stationary or seasonal things, I'm here to help. Now, I'm at a job that could be a career, right? So most people go out and try to find jobs, but I'm trying to find a career. So how do I get to a career and not just a job, right? Yes, 75 Michael, hey, Nemesis, yo, this is great. Nemesis, wow, he's in here, look at that. Guys, if you guys haven't checked out Nemesis' channel, please go check it out. He he's an awesome guy. I think we would totally be friends if we weren't separated with worlds apart and we only had the internet. So, what are internet friends? Has anybody come up with the name of that? Internet friends? Internet friends. What are they? Digital friends? Are you digital? Nemesis, we're digital friends. Nefarious, Robert, we're digital friends. I don't know. Is there a name for that? There should be a name for that if there's not. I would love to be a pro wrestler, Chasey Freddy. So he wants to be a pro wrestler. Am I not in focus? If I'm not in focus, we need to fix this, like, pronto. It doesn't look like I'm in focus. I'm pushing, like, maybe it's my setting on here. Oh, yeah, it's probably totally my setting on here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm in focus. All right. I'm so picky, you know? I'm the most pickiest person. Crypto and Hot Rods, that's right. Check out his channel. You can just click on his name and it'll go to his channel if you didn't know how to do that in the chat. That's why I love the chat. Okay, Nemesis, guess where we are? We are in the basement. I'm going to say this every time just because people want to know. Where the heck is he? I'm in the basement. I'm in the basement of our rental property here. And my name's Jared. I'm your host. This is the Digital Gold Channel. And we're here full circle to talk about a career because clearly I thought I had a career and I did not. To start, I got a job as cleaners. Then I got a job, the main portion of my life, I would say. I got a job as cleaners. And then they wanted me to be a supervisor and I said, well, I think I'm going to apply to Apple. I got the job at Apple. Then I was able to be kind of like a supervisor there. After about 2 years, you were in a genius role where you were a mentor to all the technicians basically below you. And then after that, I was like, yo, Bitcoin, I'm going to start my own gig. So I started my own thing. And then obviously there was employees that I saw to make sure the digital gold ran correctly. And then him here at Walmart. And I'm hoping that either Walmart turns into a career or I find a career. So either one, I'm kind of okay with both. What do you guys think? As long as you enjoy what you do and work for, never work a day in your life. Digital buddy for life. Digital buddies. Is that the name? Come on, there's got to be a better social name. This is the Digital Gold channel where we have digital buddies. The Digital Gold buddies. You're a golden buddy. Oh man, that's terrible. Crypto cronies? No, no, no. I want to know what the official social media term is for people who are friends digitally but never going to be friends in person. Not that they couldn't be, they're just not, right? I mean, this is going to get annoying. I'm sticking to crypto mining. What do you think? Sagar. Sagar is crypto mining. Is that your career? Because I tried to make that career and it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Just watch the previous videos in the channel. And if you don't watch them, don't worry, once a year, I will, oh, I'm getting a call. Maybe it's a career. Hello, this is Jared. Hi, good. Okay. Tomorrow. That sounds great.
So you need to write it up.
All right.
I mean, to do it like you did it last time or whatever.
Right.
You spoke to her. You need to leave it. I don't know what time.
Okay.
If you don't mind to give me key again.
I will.
Let me key it and I will come and fix it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right?
All right. No, I'm never going to use it. Never.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, I hope I didn't hang up too quick. I don't know if he knew he was live. He's one of the contractors, and our hot water heater doesn't work now. So, the air conditioner works now. I did fix that with the breaker. I had to switch the poles. It was like too close, and I switched the poles, and we're all good now, right? So, I'm calling that guy. Oops. Sorry. He's Russian, so good luck. Anyways, basically, how do you get to your career? Arso got here and he wants to know what we're giggling and waddling about. But before we get to the career discussion, because clearly we don't have enough people in here to talk about a career, let's go over the daily download. I need a button for that music. Okay, I didn't really go over this, but we're going to go over it. Here we go. Daily download for Bitcoin mining today. Inner Mongolia to shutter illegal Bitcoin miners by October as China cracks down on the industry. Guys, we touched on this a little bit yesterday. Basically, people are stealing electricity. I'm not sure if that's particular to that, but there are laws in place in certain countries. You're not allowed to mine. You're not allowed to have cryptocurrency. I mean, that's just society we live in, right? They make up laws about anything they want. So, moving on. What investors get wrong about Bitcoin? That might be a good one. If you heavy financial guys, that might be a good one. Look into that one. Look into that one. Learn how blockchain works at cryptocurrency mining exhibit in University City. That is from WHYY, Iceland's geographical location. Something about Bitcoin mining, which is great. They're going to teach you about it. So if you're anywhere near University City, WHYY, please do that. And now, a special announcement for everyone. The setup is here. Thank you. I worked the same place for 7 years now. Really? Really? Do you still have some Bitcoin? I do not have any Bitcoin. I maybe have a few pennies that people have donated over the generations, but nope. When the police are going to come to your door and literally take things out of your house, which they could have had this gladly. They wouldn't have known what to do with it. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have had the police take over. No, I shouldn't. To avoid bankruptcy, I do not have any Bitcoin. Zcash! Whoa! Give it up for some Zcash, everybody. Give it up for some Zcash. Zcash officially is set to break the $1 billion in mining revenue. Congratulations, Zcash. The $1 billion marker, and I'm going to congratulate you all the way to $1 trillion. That's awesome. Yes. Yep, that's awesome. When you opening a mine for your own equipment? What equipment? What are you talking about? It's all gone. Do you guys remember that? I shared a photo, and it was the very last photo of the bids that were shipped. I mean, there was the final bids. I probably didn't share it on Instagram, but this was one of the saddest days of my life. You guys remember this one, right? I mean, well, does it not know how to focus? Anyways, there I am with the bins. There I am, yep, driving away from the bit bunker with hundreds of thousands of dollars in mining equipment that was basically all sold off and given away. It's so sad. Are you planning to stay longer at the place you are now? Yes. So, being as how there's more family members in our family, we are planning to stay here in Kansas, pending I don't get offered, you know, a 9-figure job. We will be here. So, and even if that 9-figure job, it's going to have to be legit. It's not going to be something I just do. It's going to be something I enjoy, right? So there's a lot of things at play here. So thank you, Zcash, for holding up your end of the deal and getting to $1 billion. Root on Zcash. If you don't have Zcash, you probably should have had it by now, and you probably should have mined it by now, because you probably should have realized we've talked about Zcash. We told people they're mining Zcash in our facility, and Zcash is going to be a big player, and it's now a big player, right? Okay, anyways. Bitcoin hash rate exceeds 100 exahashes per second. What? 100 exahashes per second? I don't even know what that number is, but I'm sure there's like zeros everywhere. 100 exahashes per second. And this is the beginning. I do literally anything for 9 figures. That's Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson, if you have 2 years of college, no degree, or 5 years of managerial experience, you should go to Walmart and apply, because you can make around $50,000. You should do that. That's halfway there. Okay? You should do that. All right, Tyler Johnson, you should do that. Anyways, moving on. Bitcoin price prediction of $250,000 is conservative, claims the billionaire investor Tim Darper. He says that the $250,000 price is conservative. You know what my price is? My price is the Bitcoin price is going to go up for the rest of our lives. So, when, how much, crash, all that is up for grabs. But, consistently, over its lifetime, it's gone up, right? Because it's higher than it was 5 years ago. It's higher than it was 4 years ago. It's higher than it was 3 years ago. Okay, so like, you see what I'm saying? Maybe not 3. I don't know. Let's do the math. Okay. Moving on to the next article. The 3 ways Bitcoin revolution could fail. Like, let's just go over that one. That one just looks too good to be true. Okay, and then we're going to talk about a career. Anything. Okay, Captain Happy. Now you can enjoy building something. Life is quiet. Hassle when consistently moving and changing something. Use the basement well. Thank you. I'm trying. We're starting a show, and this is the start, the daily download. Thank you for joining us. Worst case scenario. Ready, what? The 3 biggest reasons Bitcoin will fail. Are you ready? Number 1, Bitcoin is taken over by governments and private organizations. Oh wow. Now that is an entire show all on its own. You could follow the trend of how Bitcoin is owned by private organizations and banks already. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's number 1. Can I click on story continues? Do I have to pay to read this story? Let's talk about that one really quick for the 1 second, okay? Really quick about that. Guys, little secret, if you are not making at least 2.2% on your savings account in your bank and you're anywhere near Kansas or you can get to Kansas, hidden secret here, PNC is a bank that is mainly on the East Coast, and they are trying to make their way to California. To do that, they're currently in Kansas City. Population, roughly 2 million in the area, so it's a big market for them. There is a towering PNC building and free ATMs scattered all around here. Why are they doing that? Because they want your business. And little known to you, if you happen to fly into Kansas City, walk into PNC, ask them for a 2.2% savings account, and you don't live in the state, and you don't have any address here, and you don't have any relation to here at all, you just walked in, they'll give it to you, and then you go home with 2.2%. So look at the flights. It might be worth it if your bank account is a certain number to fly here, get 2.2% and fly home. Just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, so with that, I was studying how PNC was doing some of their transactions, and they're actually switching to entirely virtual people, right? Where it's like there's people there, but they're not really there. And then there's like video screens where you like do transactions. Come on, put in the chat here. There's got to be other people that have banking like this. I'm not the only one. Should the chat be this way or this way? And somebody's going to say this way, and I'm going to be like, what's this way or this way? That way or this way? This way or that way? Anyways. So I was studying about this virtual thing, and the speed at which they're doing certain transactions can only be explained by blockchain. There is absolutely no way that they can securely send information the way they are in some of the things. I'm gonna come back to this someday. We're gonna do a specific episode on this, but banking systems are using blockchain. Okay, look at an example of Apple. Who's Apple using for their Apple Card? Let's just go there. Okay, Goldman Sachs. Okay, do you guys remember? I'm almost positive we did a series or a chat about how Goldman Sachs was heavily invested in the blockchain. Okay, according to David Silverman, Goldman Sachs will be using blockchains to lower its cost to improve access for clients. CNN Money, edited by CNN Money. There you go. Goldman Sachs blockchain, the new trust. It's on their main website, goldmansachs.com. Blockchain, the new technology of trust. Goldman Sachs is using blockchain technology to build their business of finances. And guess what? Who's using Goldman Sachs? Apple. How is Apple getting the Apple Card to give instant rewards and immediate cash back and all of that amazing security that blockchain offers? How are they getting it? They're getting it through Goldman Sachs. Who's Goldman Sachs? The financial institution. How's Goldman Sachs getting it? For blockchain. Oh my goodness. Mind blown, right? So you're going to see this more and more as your bank and my bank slowly switch over to blockchain. Because the big guys are doing it and you forget about it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I think I remember that, right? Like this way, he says. I'm happy. Okay, the chat is over here. It's this way. It's probably because I look that way anyways, and then you can see the monitor. Number 2 reason Bitcoin will fail is Bitcoin suffers from a governance hack. In this scenario, Bitcoin would lose its value due to a loss of security. This could involve an event such as people agreeing to change the supply of the Bitcoin, cap of the Bitcoin, a governance hack. should such as the above most likely completely shatter Bitcoin's value proposition. Of course, in order for a scenario to happen, we would need people to agree on alternating the supply of the higher number, which would ultimately dilute its value, or B, would have to follow a new Bitcoin as a new chain or fork given to chain's consensus level. This means that for Bitcoin to suffer a destructive governance hack, there would have to be an altcoin that surpasses Bitcoin dominance, usage, and adoption. This is what I call death by security. As this scenario represents what would happen if Bitcoin security maintained by mining is compromised. And of course, we know they cannot issue a new code without you as a miner confirming it. So obviously, if the miners are issuing the code, then they have full control. But typically scenario goes, developers and miners don't get along, they don't understand each other, they don't want to understand each other, and they just go about their day doing what they do, which is great. Number 3, the final reason Bitcoin will fail is Bitcoin gets too bloated. Now, I just watched a video on how Forever 21 is $500 million in debt, $500 million in debt, and they were at one point one of the largest retail chains for clothing in America. So how did they fail? Because they were building massive stores way too fast and created cookie cutter styles and things. Great, probably just great, let's be real. They didn't keep up with, of course, the millennials, which most businesses aren't, and they're failing. But besides that scenario, Toys R Us should have been delivering toys to your home for the moms who can't load up the kids into the car and enjoy going to shop at Toys R Us. That's an entirely different scenario. But this is the reason the Bitcoin's going to fail, according to Yahoo Finance. Bitcoin is taken over by governments and private organizations. Well, that's already happened like 5 years ago, so whatever. Bitcoin suffers from a governance hack. They tried to hack it. Let's be real, Bitcoin Cash was basically a hack, right? And it completely failed. Okay, it actually hurt the people that created it more than it hurt everybody else. Well, anyways, Bitcoin gets too bloated. Okay. Sean Silver Stacking says, just so you know, you can open a PNC bank account online, no need to fly there. However, they will not give you 2.2%. What do you got to say about that one? You do need to walk it. Sorry, you got to walk it. You can't get it without walking it. Moving on, authorities crack down on cryptocurrency mining in Mongolia, again, called crypto passive financial innovation. Never put the word finance in your business if you're going to do illegal transactions. You're just stupid. BitHart mining rigs create new opportunities for investors. That's officially made it to Yahoo Finance now. That's awesome. Congratulations, BitHart. I hope you don't screw people over. And what I mean by that is you sell it in a blockchain stock. There should be a blockchain for mining rigs. Like the black market and then the legit market. And to buy a mining rig, you should only be allowed to order so many. I know of people who were ordering ASICs from Bitmain in the tens of thousands, right? The big money. Here's $20 million, whatever. Like that type of scenario, right? I had conversations with people doing those things. And when I realized how the heck is a dude in a basement with an ASIC ever going to make his money back? You can't make your money back when they're ordering tens of thousands and it's like you ordering one. You're like, dude, next paycheck, I'm going to order the BitHart $25,000. It's going to be great. I'm going to make my money back. And then on the reverse, while that FedEx man's coming to your house to drop your BitHart off, they're already shipping 33,000 units down the street to your neighbor. Who do you think is going to win? You're all excited, and I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you want your ASIC. This probably looks better on the street. Your ASIC to serve you and they serve you well and get your money back. But realistically, how do you compete against that? How do you compete against 32,000 units that you don't even know about? You just see this spike in hash rate, and difficulty goes outrageous, and you're like, what happened? Oh man, I didn't know idea this many people ordered. Well, what did you think happened? It wasn't little people in their basements ordering these things. It's people who have money to throw into the wind ordering them. And they're going to win. They're going to win. Anyways. Yes, they will. Sean says, I have an account with them getting that rate, although the rate will continue to go down as the Fed lowers interest rates. Sean Silver Stacking says he has 2.2% on his savings account with PNC. And he doesn't live in Kansas. Alright, well, if you continue to watch this long, then go right ahead. That's pretty awesome, man. I believe him. I don't deny it. Look at that. I'll take a foot toaster for winter. Look at that. Getting money back with 33,000 units time units is, well, it's 33,000 times harder than having 1 unit. Simple math. Captain Happy, so great. You know who would be a great person to have on the show? Is an interview between Captain Happy and YouTube Watcher. Captain Happy and YouTube Watcher, I would love to be like the guy in the ring. Ding ding ding, go! Captain Happy and YouTube Watcher. They probably have never talked to each other. They don't know who each other are, but they're both on the channel and they both just drill into things. It's great. I'm so glad they're here with us. They're the people here who you can have a legitimate argument with and understand the common ground that we're arguing. Right? There's other people on YouTube that just like blurt their opinion out and then like, he actually responded. You know, like, and then they don't have any foundation for, and they don't know how to argue. But Captain Happy, YouTube Watcher, they'll tell you how it is. And you can fight back and they'll still tell you how it is. It's so great. I think the story about ASICs have been already learned. I would hope so. I would hope so, Captain. You say that. You say that. But it's already being promoted again. History repeats itself. It's like people like had amnesia and forgot that Bitcoin crashed. That's what's going to happen. Watch what happens this winter. Watch what happens. People are going to be like, wait, didn't Bitcoin fail already? It's come back? I thought it failed. Didn't it fail? Hey, Uncle George, didn't Bitcoin fail? Oh, it came back? Oh, well, maybe I should buy some of that. Right? That's what's going to happen. People forget. They like go about their life and be like, oh, I lost money, whatever, or I didn't, or I should have, and I could have, and then they do it again, and this is what's happening. BitHeart, nothing against BitHeart, by the way. I don't know their company. I just know how this rolls, and it's great. $25,000. If you got that to blow, go buy one. Let me know immediately. Okay, last article for today, Global Bitcoin Miner Market Outlook from 2019 to 2026 from Bitman Technologies. That is apparently going to be a big read, so we're not going to go over that today. Okay, boom. Cycle bring ASICs again, so people get the money, others get the hash rate. Did you finish your debts already investing again in coins? I did not finish my debts, so we bought a $3,500 car, which was going to be great, and then we were going to be able to put all the income towards the debts. However, did I miss something? No. So what happened was the move to New York wasn't that expensive, but the move to Kansas, from New York to Kansas, was outrageously expensive. Outrageous. Some of you can estimate, if you've ever moved across country, how much that would be. But Virginia Beach to New York, we just, take a couple trips. New York to Kansas is a haul. Like, that's a big one. So, on top of that, the van broke, which went from a $3,500 van to a $7,000 van, and now looking at about an $8,000 to $9,000 van. So, although it's paid off, continuing to put hundreds, now was thousands, now hundreds of dollars into this van to get this just going. So if you didn't believe me when I said I love you guys and I want to be with you all the time, let me just show you. This is like what I was doing when I wanted to be streaming. Okay, this is me working in the van trying to get it, you know, in a better scenario. That's a train. There are trains here. So I got the seals done and I got it replaced. So like we're in a way better scenario now, right? So the seal's all sealed up. We're doing good. Oh, I just lost my computer, but that's okay. I didn't lose the stream. Oh, technology is amazing. I hope I didn't kill the stream. Did I kill it? No, it's still live. So that's why I have the stream box. I can blow the power in the whole house and my battery backup will still keep me streaming. I should try that. I think it will. That's how we're gonna go out. Unless my wife set the the air's on. We're gonna try that one day. One day when the clock wasn't reset. We're gonna shut the power off to the whole house and see if the stream still goes. I bet it will. I bet it will. Which would be great. We could be streaming in the dark as long as the battery backup supply runs, right? She's great. All right, so what am I going to do with the scenario that I'm currently in? Basically, I need to pay the debts, the car back, which isn't that much left, but the scenario of getting out here was heavy. So this is kind of the bummer part, but there's nothing you can do about it. You got to live life and go with it. So the scenario in New York was, I'll give the brief description and then we can have a chat about the whole thing another time. But basically, the scenario I was in was a way to work a regular job, 40 hours a week, and then work 40 hours as a volunteer in return for food and housing, which isn't that much to that scenario. That's why I went with that scenario, because they have basically unlimited food. I told them, don't even put me on the food list. Like, just let me have leftovers and scraps. And if you don't have any, we'll fend for ourselves. It's no big deal. We don't need the food, right? I can get my own food. Plus, you get a little discount at Walmart. Not really for food, but, And then housing. So obviously housing was going to be a big one, and living in upstate New York in the mountains, you're going to need a house a small house. It can be a cabin, but it needs to be something to keep you warm. And so I think just the way scenario was, my personality, I guess, just didn't jive with their gig. That's the easiest way to, Job thing's fine. Job thing is not 5, caveman miner. Basically what the scenario is, I can go over this list with you guys someday, but I've had jobs. Let me just show you. I've had jobs. Okay, I'm going to list all the jobs I've had. Okay, those are jobs, job offers. Where's the jobs I've had? Those are who I've applied to. I've officially applied to 68 different jobs. I've had 16 job offers, but they're all pretty crappy. Obviously, I got one of them, 2 of them. I worked for CarMax and worked for Walmart, but CarMax was obviously like not a thing. Now, I've had 33 official jobs in my life. CarMax was a 90-day trial, and clearly I didn't make the 90 days. Are you guys ready for this? This will be a clue in one of my videos. So if you're watching and you want to win a challenge, if you want to win something, here we go. All right. First job I ever have, I will declare, and my friends can relate to this, I was selling my lunch at school. Yes, I was one of those guys, and yes, this was really pre-internet, okay? So obviously I didn't like my lunch. I'd sell it for like a quarter, and I'd go buy a little carton. They were like plastic or paper cartons of chocolate milk, and a chocolate chip cookie. And the dum there decided to wrap them in a foil. And so what was I gonna do? Heat up the chocolate cookie, put it in the microwave, smoke out the whole lunchroom. Fire department. It was so great. Anyways, yep, that was my life. Okay. Number 2 job, at age 12, I sold my first computer. It was basically only 2. I think I acquired like 4 broken computers, and I made 2 good computers. I sold one of them, and then another person said, hey, my computer's really slow, can you fix it? And I was like, yeah, upgrade your hard drive, it's like from 1940. And so, you know, I did that at age 12. Then I worked for a ski and paintball shop. It's no longer in business, but it was privately owned. It was a family friend who started his own company. This was Kentucky, so there's not exactly a lot of skiing in Kentucky. There was some in Indiana, but I worked as a skiing and paintball. Then next was a company, mowing company. So buddy had a mowing business. I did some weed whacking for him. Then I got into some good jobs, right? This is when I was probably around 14 or 15. The issue with jobs is they try to break you. At least most of them. Break me how? How are they going to break me? 5-season sports country club in Kentucky. Yep. So I worked at the country club there. In the beginning, I was just like a nobody, and then I did some towels, and then I was like basically whatever the main maintenance guy needed. He was friends with my dad, so that kind of helped. And yeah, so eventually I was able to supervise some people there. It was very light supervising, right? Because you're like a teenager. You're like 16, 17. When I got into my 20s, I went back there and I did work there again. And so you'd have then 18, 19-year-olds, 16-year-olds in school, and you could help them, you know, train them. This is how you fold towels, this is how you change ballasts or lights, and this is how you paint correctly, this is how you do the pool. Like, so I was supervising jobs then. So that's probably the first main supervisor role, is probably my beginning of my 20s. At a country club. Next, I did AV, audio video, because I always loved it. I was then able to start doing that for a church. Then I was like, yo, I'm gonna be a Bitcoin. This was before Bitcoin. A big boy, Frisch's Big Boy. I was a server at Frisch's Big Boy. Yep. And I wasn't so good at the Frisch's Big Boy delivery server, so they moved me to host. And then I was a host, and then I like double sat people, and they just didn't like my jive. And people thought it was weird that a guy was hosting and not a girl, obviously. So they moved me to the drive-thru, and then I was like, what? I can't hear you. What? Forget it. I'm done. So I was like, thank you. This opportunity didn't work. Then I moved to Radio Shack. So Radio Shack was a company back in the day, for those of you young who don't know, where you could buy transistor radios, little tiny things. And basically I would stock shells, and then I got into cell phones, which was the iPhone. And so then I was buying iPhones off of customers, which we were allowed to do privately, jailbreaking them, and then selling them on Craigslist. So I was always in my own little thing, man. Like, it's just in my blood. So, yeah, basically customers would come in, and Radio Shack would give them like $300 for their iPhone. And they had to go through this whole rigmarole and a gift card and all that. And I was like, yo, I'll give you $200 cash right now. They're like, really? No information? I said, nothing. Just give me I'll give you $200. And I'd carry wads of cash, like, you know, $800-900 of cash, and just be like ready. So my manager didn't care. I was then becoming the top sales guy for the cell phones, because they were taking that $200 cash and then buying another phone outright, and they didn't have to go through the whole Radio Shack trade-in process, right? It was saving them a lot. So with that, eventually he was like, yo, your numbers are better than mine. I don't really think this is good. I was like, well, then move me to another store. And he's like, nah, there's already another guy down there. I moved, so it just didn't work. But Radio Shack went bankrupt anyways. So the next was I did maintenance, and then I was a lead over some maintenance crew, about 13, 14 people. And maintenance projects, if you guys know, are just get them done. Like do them as best as possible, but get them done, because maintenance is more of getting it done than the quality. Like you want quality in everything you do, but in the maintenance scenario, like, you know, your door's hanging off. Well, at least get a door up there. Like, we don't have to put the hinges on it, but at least get the door on the building, right? Like, it's that type of stuff. So, then I would consider this a job. Just maybe I didn't get paid for it, but I was the creator of a secret club society in school I went to. Anyways, more about that later. It was pretty intense, and there's rules in the handbook about this college about not building these things, clubs, stuff. Anyways, awesome. Not like party clubs, like legit secret society code name. Anyways, yep, I went to town. All right, so then I worked in the dish pit. I was loading the dishes. They had a machine, ran in, grabbed the dishes, took them out. And there was this guy from Europe, and he was like, yo, where did you come from? Like, because I'm just moving, like, blah, 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 blah. And he I was like $10 an hour, which is funny to think about. I'm not making more than that. It's so weird. I'm not even making double $10 an hour right now. What is wrong with me? And I was just a lonely little kid, and now I'm an adult with children. Oh, this is so messed up. It's okay. It's all right. We're all right. We are okay. We are okay. I'm not going to get upset right now. Let's just keep moving on, because we're almost done. Woo! Okay, so then I was I did a singing and drama team, which was really great. It was with a mentor that was him and his wife started having kids, and like they were able to train us guys. It was the greatest year of my life to really learn about being a man growing up and integrity and things like that. So yeah, so while that was more like a ministry, you put it on the job list because you obviously worked every day all the time. Well, maybe not every day, but you worked a lot. So I did like a little drummer boy in a skit one time. I did a video internship where we had like 5 cameras and then different Mac Pros directly recording into the hard drives, and I had to take the hard drives of the different Mac Pros in a production studio and then bring the files into Final Cut and then chop the video into a way that was understandable, and then it was produced mass quantity into DVDs and sold, you know. So I oversaw that at some capacity. I wasn't the main guy, obviously, but then I went back to night 5 seasons. I did night shift. I did security there. The Radio Shack thing was right here, but I did work Radio Shack in high school twice. I then went to Toys R Us. Hey! And I did stock Legos at night, overnight. At this point, I had 3 jobs. I worked full rotations nonstop, so I slept for 2 to 3 hours. This was crazy. I mean, I hope none of you have to do that, and I hope I don't have to get to that point again. But that's where I got so skinny from. I was gaining some weight, but I lost it all when that scenario happened, and I haven't gained it back, plus everything that just happened. So I know I'm underweight. So I was working at Radio Shack until about 10 at night, and then at 10:30, 11, I was an overnight stocker at Toys R Us till like 6, and then 7 in the morning I started at Home Goods, and I stocked the shelves and built furniture at Home Goods. Yeah. So after that, I went to the SBM Cleaning Company in Pennsylvania. This is where I went back to New York to say, yo, I'm just done with this whole thing. I'm going to be a missionary. So I started raising support, and the support did not come in. So I was like, yo, I can't even be a missionary. I can't stock shelves enough. I can't do anything, right? And so I was a really low point in my life. I was driving in my car. I didn't have anywhere to go. I wasn't allowed to go back home. Just the way my parents are. I just wasn't allowed to go home. So I didn't go to Kentucky, and I was already in New York, so I was like, you know what? Halfway's Pennsylvania. Let's go there. So I knew some people in Pennsylvania. I went to Pennsylvania. Within like 24 hours, I had a full-time job. I was the only guy they hired full-time in the whole interview process. And then they asked me to be a supervisor, and I was cleaning Class A office buildings for Synthes, which is a huge lawsuit, by the way. But anyways, they're the ones that put the metal. They make the metal for your bones. So, yeah, good stories there. At the same time, I was like, yo, I really like tech. Let me get into tech. I applied to Apple. I got a call for Apple to, work in Pennsylvania. So that's when I started King of Prussia, and I worked as an Apple technician. Then I met my wife, moved to Virginia, and that's how it landed me a genius position where you're a supervisor of technicians. There's the lead genius, which is supervisor of everybody, of course, but mainly geniuses and organizations. So then I was like, as a genius, you guys know the rest. Basically, I was like, yo, I'm getting out of here and going to start Digital Gold. So we did that with a couple of friends. As you guys know, there was like Jack and Caleb, and like they were actual involved in the original Digital Gold, and then we had a couple of years of nothing happening. So I was like, you know what? Let's do the YouTube Digital Gold, and if it takes off, it takes off. And then I asked them, and they weren't really in a position in life to help. So I had them sign out. We recreated Digital Gold LLC, which officially led to the YouTube channel being as big as it was is the key word. Then it brought in clients, and the clients built the company. The company grew and then quit, and now we're, I was jobless, and now we're in Kansas. So it sounds like they're home, so I've got to go. You guys are terrific. That is the story of how's your Walmart job. Thank you for watching. You guys are great. It's been 15 minutes anyways. You're going longer. How are they home so soon? I don't really know. Point is, thank you. Thank you for joining this show, and we'll be back soon. That's going to be a question, by the way, and it's at the end of the video, so it's easy to find. What was one of my jobs or something? A hint. Remember this. If you watch this, remember this. I'm going to do a giveaway on this. I'm like giving you the answer. Anyways, you guys are great. Goodbye. Hi!